Hey everybody, it's Mike at Volkswagen at Kamloops, and today we're going to take a look at the all-new 2019 Jetta. So the all-new Jetta is rated for 147 horsepower and 184 foot-pounds of torque. If you get behind the wheel of one of these and drive it, you'll quickly realize it does feel like a hell of a lot more than that. With the peak torque at such a low RPM, you feel that turbo kick in so early. That 184 foot-pounds certainly feels like a lot more, but even what it's rated for, we are the most powerful in the segment, but with power often comes poor fuel mileage. Not really the case with the MK7 Jetta. So it is rated for 5.9 liters per 100K on the highway. Through our long-term tests, we have gotten a little bit lower than that. We're a little bit over 5 liters per 100K, which is getting dangerously close to diesel fuel mileage without the high price point of the diesel engine, of course. So the big notable change for the 2019 Jetta is going to be that it's built on the MQB platform. So the chassis we know and love from the Golf, the Tiguan, the Atlas, the R, the Sportwagen, kind of Volkswagen's whole lineup built on the same chassis to, you know, save some money in development, shared parts, all that kind of thing. So the Jetta gets a very similar 1.4 liter turbocharged engine that we saw in the late years of the Mk6 generation, but this time it's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission or the 5-speed manual, and both of those are going to be available throughout the trim level lineup. In the previous generation, in the Highline or the fully loaded trim levels, you could no longer get the manual transmission. So Volkswagen listened, and this time you can get the standard even with the fully loaded trim. So right here we are taking a look at the Execline model. So that's going to give you some awesome stuff like the digital cockpit, heated and cooled seats, which you don't often see in this kind of segment, and much more. So let's dive in. With the market constantly getting updates and focus on SUVs and crossovers, it's really nice to see Volkswagen spend so much time and R&D money in the new 2019 Jetta. So with the 2019 Jetta, especially in the Execline here, so we've got the LED banded headlights with kind of that bi-xenon bulb in the middle. So really great styling, really great visibility. And then you're also going to have the adaptive lighting function. So when we turn the steering wheel, the ballast that holds the bulb is actually going to turn to a certain degree to have the light kind of follow your steering wheel. We also have our new rail-to-rail sunroof in the Execline Jetta, also the Highline, but it just adds a lot of styling to have that sunroof go all the way to the edge of the roof. Volkswagen has also gone above and beyond with the styling on the new Mk7 Jetta. So the Mk6 and even the 5 and the previous generations before that were a fairly basic, you know, not very fancy or fun design. So the new Jetta, it's really awesome to see these aggressive body lines throughout the whole car, moving around to the front. Still subtle though. So it's not quite as crazy as, like, you know, the Honda Civic hatchback or the new Toyota Corolla. It's not out there. So we believe it's going to date very well. Like, you know, you go back and look at a Mk4 Jetta, like 2002, the car still looks good. So we're hoping the same kind of case happens with this. Another nice little feature is the built-in trunk lip spoiler right here. So before, you always just had your basic trunk and then an add-on lip if you were on the GLI model or something like that. Really nice looking rear end, nice tail lights, and then the main reason everyone loves the Jetta is going to be the trunk size. So coming around over here, opening up the trunk. With over 16 cubic feet of space in the trunk of the Jetta, you have all kinds of room for hockey bags, suitcases, all the kids' gear, but you still get the look of a nice kind of luxury sedan. So to get the space, you don't have to be in a hatchback like our Golf. You can still get tons of room in our Jetta. So we're not going to get too much into the safety features of the Jetta. We do have a separate video strictly on Volkswagen safety features, but you're going to be one-piece metal doors, laser seam welding throughout, best-in-class rollover rating, you know, that solid build quality that we know and love with Volkswagen. So you can give these doors a really solid thud. Close it and you hear the solid thud like I just mentioned. You kind of go around, you know, you get that quality. You know you're in a Volkswagen when you can slam the door and you hear the solid thud. Today we are looking at the Execline Jetta. So in Canada, that is our fully loaded trim level. Now Volkswagen has actually removed the trend line. So our trend line was always kind of the bare bones basic car that always got advertised as, you know, your 15995 car. Well, we no longer have that. You know, everyone wants the bare essentials like air conditioning and heated seats, that kind of thing. So our trend line is now the Comfort line. So Comfort line is the basic package. High line is going to be our middle of the row, and then the Execline that we're looking at here is going to be as fully loaded as you can get it. You will also have an optional R-line package and different packages throughout the trim levels that you can add on as optional equipment, but for right now we're just looking at the Execline. So one of the only cars that's going to have memory seats in this segment. Usually you've got to be in something like our Passat or a Honda Accord or something larger to get those memory seats. We do have leather perforated seats here to have the heated and cooled function that we see right there on our climate display. And then something awesome about the new Execline is going to be that digital cockpit right there. Hopping in with the digital cockpit, we can tell it's already in sport mode because we've got red lighting throughout. So you can look at the touch screen and the gauge cluster there on the screen, and we get different colors. If we go ahead and click the mode button down here, we can select it into normal mode, and then immediately you notice we get blue gauges, and then eco mode, we'll switch it again. We can pop over here to manually select the ambient lighting in the new Execline as well. So if you want something green, you can go green and kind of toggle with it as you see fit. So whatever color you like, the new Execline can have that. We also have our Beats audio system, so if we click back on this, get back to the home, select radio. So there's our Beats logo right there. So you do get a good sounding audio system. With all kinds of driver's assist options, now we've got adaptive cruise control, lane assist, blind spot monitoring on our mirror there. You get a really good full load package with all the expected technology in the new 2019 Jetta. So you probably can't see way out there, but the all new 2019 Jetta does start at $69 per week. So a very entry-level price point for a very fully loaded car. So now obviously that $69 a week is going to be for the Comfort line, not the Execline like we've looked at today. But in terms of the motor, the transmission, the safety options, those kind of things are all going to be the exact same no matter what trim level you go through. So for best-in-class fuel mileage, safety, power, and space, for all about the same price as the competition, why wouldn't you go with a 2019 Jetta?